Tonight, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. This is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. It's complete. He's got Gronk. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 36. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Darnold from the gun. That's complete to John Ross. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. John Ross. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken a 1st quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of NC State. It's Phillip Rivers.
One way you become the all-time leading passer for your team is pure talent, and Phillip Rivers has plenty of that. But it's also dedication to your craft and the willingness to get better all the time. Phillip Rivers has a van set up with a driver so that when he goes to and from practice, he's able to watch tape and find ways to improve his mechanics each and every day.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Rivers on the money, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now a toss. Kamara left side. The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. After the interception, here's Darnold. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
And here's Darnold to keep it.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Here's Bell. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, I thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back. But now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, 2nd-round pick in 2013. Some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the 1st. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, it's Bell. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the 16, Darnold setting up the screen to Pirine. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Oh, why are we doing this?
So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. A line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. This is Bell. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. They were able to stop him at the line on first down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination. and they got it done on the second try.
Demir Bird returning it.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, Rivers. He goes right back to Green. He's got it complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. They'll throw again. Rivers
on the slant, complete to Green.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. This will be caught at about the 6. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard.
Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. They get the guard out of Georgia Tech, Shaq Mason. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. To the air again here, Rivers. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots.
Devin Asiasi.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are back within a score. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back. Tremendous poise. Confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive. This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. They give it to him running left. And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Le'Veon Bell and the Jets ready to begin their next drive. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
A final shot before the break. Darnold. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down into those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of them.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Demir Bird, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And looking again for Gronkowski. He's got him this time. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Up to make the tackle, J.C. Jackson. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Darnold. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Keanu Neal with a safety blitz for the sack. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And he's going to go down again. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Patriots take over.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They run it again with Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Alvin Kamara. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up.
Well, 2 touchdowns scored. I know his team's happy. His coaches are happy. How about the fantasy owners of this game?
Always happy with 2, but they'd like 3 or 4. What's good on the extra point? And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Foxborough. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Bell with a 1st down carry there as he'll get about 4 out of that.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down. Darnold. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Bell. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it with Bell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. With that run, double check my math. Yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And his kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Rivers gets set to lead this offense. Down 24-21, 26 seconds to go. On the right side, caught by Green. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. And caught, right side, Green. Not much there, only a yard. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. One last shot now for Rivers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Jets, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they dropped just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Oh, I hear you guys talking about Victory Monday.
Has
Only
Brad
one way to
played
get
his
that.
game?
Let's see some hustle out there. We got a big game on Sunday.
Set 180, black 15.
No.
Black. Ready, set 180, green hot. Set, round 80. The hunt. Set, 180 hot. Set 180, black 15. Set. Set, green 80, green hot. Set, 190. Green hot. Set, hey Brody, hot hot. Set, we're okay, we're okay. Black and left, green hot. We're all right. Round 80. Hut. Set. White 80 hot. Set 180. Green 90. Set hot. Set, black 15! Green hot! Ready! And hot! Set, 180! Set hot! Set, round 8, black! Stay there, stay there! 180! Green hot! Set 180! Black 15! The hunt. Set 180! And hot! Set green 90! 190! Done! Set! Hey, Brown, green hot! Set green 11. Green hot. Set white 90. Brown 80. Hot hot. Set brown 80. Green 80. Green hot.
All right, man, let's go. Bring it in tight. All right, let me tell you something. Championship teams have one thing in common. Great practice habits. Today was a great practice. And if we do that every day, there's no reason we can't win a championship.
Hut. Set 180. Black 15. White 80 hot. Ready. Set 180. Set hot. Set brown 80. 80 hot. Set 180. 80 hot. Set 180. Black 15. Brown 80 hot. Set green 80. White 90. 80 hot. Set. Hey, brown 80. Hut. Set. Black 11. Hut. Set. We're okay. We're okay. Brown 80. 80 hot. We're all right. Green 80. 80 hot. Set. Green 90. Green hot. Set 180. Black 15. Green hot. Set 180. Hot hot. Ready. Brown 80. White 90 hot. Hey, ready. Set 180. Green hot. Set black 15. White 80 hot. Stay there. Stay there. White 90. Set hot. Set 180. Hey, brown 80. hot! Set 180! Block 11! Hot! Set green 90! Ground 80! Ground! Hey, hot! Set 380! Black!
Tonight, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Tampa Bay coming out along with a man who needs no introduction, the great Tom Brady.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Brady's throw on third down there is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Taken from just outside the 30. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out comes the Patriots offense as they'll get their first shot at things here. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback out of North Carolina State. It's Phillip Rivers.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Rivers to throw it.
And that's complete to the tight end, Devin Asiasi.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, you go make a play for me. I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
180! 180!
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. A gain there of 21 yards. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Throwing Rivers to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The tight end, Dalton Keene, the target.
But it'll be 2nd and goal. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, we won't.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A.J. Green, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead.
Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line.
He'll throw from the gun.
And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
Normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
John Simon in on the stop.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The pass by Brady there, caught by Howard.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
First down carry by Jones. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
2nd and 4.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll try and run for it with Jones.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at them right now and say, let's get away from them entirely. Let's start throwing the football, but I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. So here are the Patriots to take over. They fell last week to the Jets, but they've got the lead right now as they start this drive.
Green 80! Green 80!
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Levante David in on the tackle.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 24, Rivers eluding the pressure right. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And this is incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But it's going to be 2nd down. On the ground, Kamara. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled him with the inside run.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Lawrence Guy able to bring him down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Again, it's Brady. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Ndamukong Suh able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. That throw by Brady incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And the Patriots will get a new set of downs. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 30-27 was the final. We'll stay in the NFC South as we head to Carolina to check on the Panthers. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. 35-28 the final as they win by a touchdown. And lastly, on Monday Night Football, this will be one to tune in for as they've got a good one lined up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, Let's hand it over to our broadcast team.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Bird now ready to return it. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. New England trying to get a place on offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They start the second half with Kamara. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
First down, Rivers. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. 0 turnovers in this game so far. The trend continues, but barely. Offense lucky that one went out of bounds.
Yeah, they're very fortunate because when a game's going along like this one and neither side has turned the ball over, sometimes that first one can really flip things to their advantage in this type of a game.
It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
William Golston in on the stop.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Play fake. Rivers sliding out of the pocket. Open man is Asiasi, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
He was looking for his tight end, Devin Asiasi there. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Kamara. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Alvin Kamara, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. shotgun now for Brady. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Final minute now of the third quarter. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. John Simon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Brady's throw there complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Back now in Foxborough. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. On third and long, it's Brady. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Brady. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Rivers. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On third down, Rivers. On the slant, complete to Green. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Rivers on the money, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. To the air again here, Rivers. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal.
Check the backer.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags.
What was that, right?
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. Again, it's Rivers. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. A.J. Green with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Back now comes Tampa Bay. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. From the gun, it's Brady. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't. And eventually he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack. To try again after the sack. Brady, and he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Scotty Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. A busy night continues for Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. They'll run. This is Kamara. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Pats, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on
Bring your lunch pails, fellas. I need to see that workman attitude today. We got to get better today. What I want to know is, who's ready to get better? I'm ready to work today. You ready to work? You ready to work? Let's get out there and do it.
Set! Black 11! White 80 hot! Ready! Front 80! Set hot! Set! Green 80! Green hot! Set! Green 90! And hot! Stay there! Stay there! Black 15! Hot! Set 180! Set black! Set 180! Brown 80! Get hot! Set green 90! 180! The hot! Set black 15! Hot! Set green 90! 190! Done! Set 190! Green hot! Set brown 80! Black 11! Green hot! Set! Brown 80! Hot hot! Set 180! Green 80! Green hot! Ready! Green 90! Hut! Set! Black 15! White 80 hot! Set! Set 180! Set hot! Set 180! Green hot! Set green 80! Brown 80! And hot! Set 180! Set hot! Okay. White 90. Green hot. We're all right. Hey, Brown. The hunt. Set. Black 11. Hey, hot. Set 180. Done. Set. Brown 80. Green hot. Ready! Green 80! Green hot! Set! Green 90! Hot hot! Set! Black 15! Green hot! Stay there! Stay there! Set! White 80! Hut! Set 180! White 80 hot! Set 180! Brown 80! Set hot! Set green 90! 180! Hut! Set black 15! 80 hot! Set green 90! White 90! White 80 hot! Set white 90! Hey, brown 80! 80 hot! Set brown 80! Black 11! Green hot! Set, green 80, 180. Hey, hot! Set, black 15. Hut. Hey, here we go. Set, white 90. White 80 hot. Set, we're okay, we're okay. Hey, brown 80, sit hot. All right, black 11. Green hot. Set, brown 80. Set, 180. Green 80. 80 hot.
Hey, man, listen, great job today. It was a step in the right direction for you and this team.
Today, from Bills Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And, partner, when you hear about a 6'5", 235, 240-pound quarterback, you don't often think of him being overlooked coming out of high school, do you? That's exactly what happened to Josh Allen. Overlooked, ended up going to a junior college, Reedley Community College out in California, before matriculating to the University of Wyoming, and the Cowboys were so glad to get him.
Space to maneuver at the 40, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically the big.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So here are the Patriots now backed up a bit to start their first drive. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of NC State. It's Phillip Rivers.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 18. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power. We saw finesse. We saw speed. And what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Flush to his right. And that's complete to the tight end, Devin Asiasi. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cut in that direction, you tend to go towards it.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot. And on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. And even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On second down, Kamara. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 35. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. They run. It's Kamara. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The throw over the middle taken in. A gain of 6 there on first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Rivers now. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll get this down only to the 18. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
On the right side, caught by Green.
And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line...
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Devin McCourty picks it off. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The pass complete. It's Bird. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Damiere Byrd, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this carries into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The quarterback, Josh Allen, the focus of our players' spotlight. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Sammy Watkins, the intended target, but it'll be second down. To throw again, Allen. And he's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And again, it's Allen. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. The left side caught by Diggs. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Operating from the red zone now, Allen. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where you see the final score there. 31-28, the final score. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. Christian Kirk, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. 20-16 was your final score. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Bird now ready to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Patriots to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Bucs. They lead here as well as they come up on first down. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Now Kamara. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Alvin Kamara, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo set to get the football back here. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Singletary again. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
35 yards that time on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. The lead is theirs here in the 3rd quarter, but it's really been the ground game that's been the recipe for success.
You mean the spotlight isn't shining?
Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And the Bills have recovered. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
We're in the 3rd quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10. They go right back to Singletary. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's able to find Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Now Allen again. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Cole Beasley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills get a bit closer.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Bird now ready to return it. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Pats at the line ready to go. And last time not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
180, 180.
From the red zone now, Rivers. That is caught inside the 5.
And the Patriots are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A.J. Green, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catchers, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Allen with a throw caught by Beasley. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills cut into that lead.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is secured by the Patriots. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, Rivers, and able to find Green. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Rivers here to throw. And caught, right side, Green. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game,
You can't have those kind of plays.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Allen. His throw incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. There defensively to make the play, Joejuan Williams. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Devin McCourty picks it off. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Patriots, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Buffalo,